Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, March 6, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. Futures are trading higher by 6.5 points right now to 1540. Make that 7 points to 1544 per contract. So decent pop up on the futures, continuing to extend upon their gains from yesterday. Yesterday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, as you know, finished at a new all-time closing high. So again, markets are somewhat euphoric, but that remains the case. Looks like people are looking at higher prices going forward, so we'll see how that all plays out. Again, right now markets are getting a pretty solid bid across the board, and once again we're trading at new highs here intraday, or at least before the opening bell in the futures. A couple of things you want to know real quickly. First thing is that there was economic data out of Europe. No one seems to care. It looks like everybody but Germany declined in their GDP. So again, Italy, France, Spain, all were lower, but Germany's GDP did grow a little bit. I think I'm not sure the exact number, but nobody seems to care. All they care about is as long as the money is printed, people will go in the market. German DAX is up over 1% this morning. And the rest of Europe is just slightly higher. The FTSE 100, which has nothing to do with the European Union, they can print their own money. That is higher by about 0.3%. So markets, again, are holding steady. Last night in the Asian markets, you did have a pretty good little move really across the board in the Nikkei. Nikkei was up over 2%. That remains one of the most volatile indexes out there, but the grind higher continues. The Shanghai index was up about 0.9%. And the Bombay Sensex was up about 0.6%. So decent move across the board. I'm looking at Singapore. Singapore was actually up 1.35%. So decent move there as well. So all of the Asian markets rallied higher last night as well, and that's really all on the back of the strong U.S. markets. Now, about I think it was 8:15 this morning, the ADP job report came out. It said that the U.S. added 198,000 private sector jobs for the month of February. As you know, this coming Friday is going to be the highly anticipated U.S. non-farm payroll report, so we'll see what they say there. But right now, markets are very, very euphoric. There don't seem to be really any real problems out here, at least not yet, going forward. Let's take a look at gold this morning. Gold is down $1 to $1,573 an ounce. Let's take a look at the GLD. GLD, you'll see trading up a little bit, right to around the 152.74 level. It closed at 152.38 yesterday, so a little uptick there in the GLD this morning. Spot gold basically flat before the opening bell. Let's take a look at light sweet crude this morning, down 17 cents to $90.64 an ounce. So decent little flat market for oil. Nothing going up, nothing going down for the most part. It's pretty steady. Let's take a look at the USO. You'll see the USO is trading down off the highs of yesterday, but right down to around the 32.59 level. Not a big deal. It closed at 32.69 yesterday, so just down about 10 cents from yesterday's close. The dollar is a little bit stronger today. So the dollar is up 9 cents as we speak. You can see on the daily chart the dollar has had a very good move, and it has moved higher with the market. So that has decoupled a little bit. Normally when the dollar goes up, the market would go down. That has not been the case recently, and I have to think that all the money printing simultaneously taking place around the world, where regardless if it's in England, Japan, European Union, here in the United States, Zimbabwe, is helping the dollar to be the best currency at the moment, and I think that's what most investors are running into at this stage of the game. So the dollar actually is trading higher with the market for the most part, not on a day-to-day basis. Often when the dollar pulls back during the intraday hours, the stock market will catch a bid. So that's what we are looking at. Just looking over some, checking my economic data here for today. I think you're going to have some factory orders released at 10 o'clock. So I think that's the next big one. In Canada, I think Canada is expected to keep their interest rates unchanged, but that decision will be out at 10 a.m. So We'll see if that has any effect on the markets as well. Other than that, I don't really see anything else really that can disrupt or disturb the markets. Normally, after a big update like you had yesterday, which was a decent update, you'll get more of a pause day. But today the markets are up 6.5, 7 points ahead of the opening bell. So markets are probably going to be on hold until that job report on Friday. But right now, markets are trading higher. And with yesterday's move, usually the euphoria is going to last a little while. So you're probably better off giving the markets a slight upside bias over the next few days. Although pause day here and there would not be ruled out. If they get any kind of a high volume reversal day, then all bets are off. Could be a signal that things are changing. But right now, we don't see that at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see. There are a few gaps out here this morning. Nutrisystem is one stock that I see this morning is trading lower. This is now below $8. Just to think that this used to be, a $50, $60 stock at one time, and now it's trading at around $8. Another stock I'm seeing here is this AVAN. This stock is getting crushed this morning, closed at $21.69 yesterday, now trading down to $15.60. That's a major decline. Look at the size of that gap down there. American Eagle Outfitters is another one we're watching today. These will all be posted up in the chat room at right around 9 o'clock. But that's another one we're watching today. And then we have Petrobras and a few others. So we have a few gap plays for this morning, ready to lock and load, and they'll be posted up in the chat room for you members that come over to that. With that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it there. Have a great trading day. Again, generally the next day after a big update like you had yesterday, we look for more of a more subdued trading session. But we'll see how the market plays out going forward. It is up 6.5 points at the moment on the S&P 500 E-mini futures. So futures are holding steady. They're holding up pretty well, at least at the moment. I don't really see any real problem with them yet. So we'll leave it there. Have a great trading day, everyone, and we'll see you on the charts.